Hi everyone, welcome to Tuesday. I put this video here today because since yesterday, Monday, was Memorial Day and that's kind of a somber holiday, I decided to put my more lighthearted video off until today. So I hope you all enjoyed. Hopefully you got a 3-day weekend and you got to enjoy that, or just had a Monday off. But today's video is going to be all about liquid makeup. Liquid makeup is a huge trend right now. There are so many liquid-based things coming out. When I started wearing makeup in the early 2000s, there was really only liquid foundation and like lip glosses. There wasn't even a lot of liquid lipsticks available then. It was lip glosses and then lots of foundations. I think one of the first foundations, liquid foundations I ever used was Neutrogena Healthy Skin. But today's full look is all liquid makeup, no powders. There is one product that I think someone might be able to argue is a cream, but it's very minor and we'll get to it. Okay. So, of course, with any makeup look, we're going to start with a base. And I'm going to start with, this is the Wet n Wild Prime Focus Liquid Primer. And there are 3 of these primer serums from Wet n Wild. There was one that was yellow, that was for brightening. Then there was a pinkish peach one that was for hydrating, and then there's this one which is pore refining, and the one of them was more expensive than the other ones. I got mine from Myers. I did not see these at my local Walmart, but yes, so it comes in a dropper, very water-based. You don't get more liquid for the most part other than a drippy droppy serum, my humble opinion. There's a very, very, very light scent to these. This one is dragon fruit and lavender. There is a bit of a lavender scent, but it's very light, very easy to blend in. My skin feels a bit tacky, but not sticky. Which sometimes when you get serums, they have that stick to them. Not a fan of that myself. We're also going to have to make some compromises with some things on the way, which we will get to. So now that we're all primed, I'm going to go in with my Covergirl Outlast Extreme Wear. This is SPF 18, transfer resistant. I wear 840 natural beige. Speaking, apparently not my main thing. So I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of dotting around because I'm going to be using a sponge and that can kind of take away some cover. Alright, now liquid blushes. They're not necessarily new, but there have been a lot more of them in a lot more available things. One of the newer ones, Rare Beauty, has a whole bunch of beautiful lines. They are kind of, that's their thing. But Hard Candy, when you're looking for drugstore, these are their face-off line. They have hyaluronic acid and plant extracts. I combined those 2 sentences. And they have luminous blush. Now, I have this in 2 shades. I have Born Yesterday and Who Is She? Who Is She is this beautiful, it looks a lot more intimidating tube-wise than it actually comes out on the skin. Once you kind of blend this out, you get a nice rosy red, very much more of a red, but it's not quite as like intimidating as the tube might suggest. But the other one I got is a lot more pink, and this is Who Is She, and then this is Born Yesterday. So it's supposed to be super fresh, and I love that it has the applicator. And I'm just kind of going with how I have done this It might look like a little bit much on the skin, but it really depends on what you're using to blend it out. This looks silly. I like to use a sponge blender to really get it out there. Just light taps so that I still get the blush on there, but it's not so intense. You would use a little bit less if you were to use like a Sephora 56 or some other thing. I'm going to put just a little more on the front of this one. It kind of got blurred out. There we go. Beautiful, glowy, fresh pink blush, bringing just life to the face. I absolutely have been, ever since I got this one, I was like, I really want the rest of them. So I've been slowly buying one at a time because I would love to have the orange and the purple. But these two, oh my gosh, I just love them. For a highlight, there are loads of liquid highlighters available in the world. But what I'm going to go with is this is the Milani Soft Focus Glow. And you can use this under your makeup, which is what I frequently have done in the past. But I'm just going to squeeze a little bit out onto my hand. It's a little bit bronzy. Too Faced also has some bronzers that are pretty killer as well. I'm going to get just a little bit more here, just because this is going to blend out. I am using my e.l.f. highlighter blush for this, and I'm just going to use this. I like having it be just this golden highlight here, a little bit. Using the Milani Liquid Contour in the color Ginger. This is number 2. There's also Cocoa. And it does have this annoying little, I don't like the things with the puffs. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't get the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector or like the e.l.f. Filter that's supposed to be like the Charlotte Tilbury filter makeup. It's because these little poofs, they make your cap so messy. And I don't know, I do this all the time with liquids. Just use that same sponge and just give it light little taps. We're not trying to wipe or swipe. We're just doing taps. The eyes, I'm going to do my brows. And I'm going to be using the liquid Maybelline Express Brow Fast Sculpt Brow Mascara. There are tons of beautiful pencils. This is one of the only, this isn't a pomade. It's a true liquid brow product. There's an argument about whether this is a liquid or not. And that's my Milani eyeshadow primer. I have determined that we are definitely on the drugstore train right now, because I think that most primers, I can't think of any other primers that don't have this very kind of more cream, I guess, but it's so thin and light that it's, but they all have that consistency. You can tell me if there's an actual eyeshadow primer that's just an actual liquid, but I couldn't find any, so I just decided to stick with this one. So that's our one exception. I think that there's an argument to be made that all liquid products, or at least most of them, actually have a thin cream texture to them. So we have that. Now, liquid eyeshadow. Liquid eyeshadow is hard to find matte versions of. It's also hard to find muted versions of. Everywhere I looked, they were all glittery things. I went with the hard candy, eye definition metallic eyeshadows. Everything from high-end to hard candy were all, everything was liquid metal eyeliner, metallic eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadows. So that's what we're going with. And to aid us along a little bit so that I have not just a disco ball, if you just want to go with that, you certainly could. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ginger. I'm going to kind of pop that into my crease. I am going to use the gold, or the champagne, pardon me, just going to put a little in the center of my lid. This really gives me, if you remember, Urban Decay had released a honey eyeshadow primer potion in honey. And yeah, if we do that, as you can see, it's very thin glitter. I'm going to try and build this up. Okay, so I put the liquid eyeshadow on there and just put it across without trying to pat it out. Then I took some more of my e.l.f. Camo concealer and put it at the top, because again, I couldn't find any liquid eyeshadows that were muted. They were all accent color. Using the Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid mascara. So I'm going to put, eyeliner. I'm going to put this across the lids and then top it off with the Hard Candy High Tide. So I'm going to do that and be right back. Okay, I added a little bit more blush to balance the eyes out. I'm now using my Lash Paradise in Blackest Black. I've already curled my lashes using the Shoot Uemura eyelash curler. I actually was going just as a little bit of a highlight. Liquid mascara, I don't think that's scaring anybody. Then it's time for lips. There was no liquid lip liner that I could find, which I guess makes sense. So I am going to go with, this is Seduction from Revlon. This is one of my favorite liquids of all time. I have several of them. But this is the Ultra HD Matte. And this color in Seduction with Moon, Maybelline's Filter Gloss in number 003 Moon. Just a bit on the center there. And then as our, of course, final step, setting spray, surprising no one. This is the Mario Badescu Aloe, Chamomile, and Lavender. It's the purple one. But there is our final look. Again, trying to find liquid eyeliners, obviously for the top line, were really easy to find. But all of the eyeshadows were all metallic, shiny, sparkly, glam things, which, don't give you a bad look, but if you're a person who doesn't want a ton of shimmer, but these are nice. I would love to just wear the gold. I think, just nothing else on my face, just the gold liquid, because this does set. Like I said, these have set really nicely. I haven't gotten a lot of chance to play with them. But yeah, so that's the look that I came up with. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have any liquid makeup suggestions, like maybe you know of a brand or of a product that has more neutral or matte eyeshadows, liquid eyeshadows, or like liquid highlighters for the eyes, stuff like that. But all liquid, other than our black eyeliner from Too Faced, everything else was drugstore. I think this is a really nice shimmery barbecue beach party look. Maybe not when you're actually getting in the water, but if it's like a beach themed party is probably better to say. But I hope you enjoyed. I will list all of the products below. This was not sponsored, and I hope you have a good rest of your week.